Welcome back to Gamified, the podcast with all the button bashing goodness. I am Zuff, one of your hosts.
Hi, I'm Harley, your other better host.
The other better, that's a debatable aspect, host.
Better looking host.
Well, this week we're going to be talking a bit more about Death Stranding.
My favorite.
Because she's so obsessed with it, and apparently some new information has come out.
So excited, guys! I'm so freaking excited.
All right, so tell me what's new from what I don't already know.
I don't know much either.
Okay.
No, what's new is some more like trailers have come out from I think it was it E3? What was the recent? There's a recent gaming convention. Anyway, Hiro Kojima was basically announced a whole new bevy of gameplay trailers.
Yeah.
And you saw some interactions of characters, but it still left you not knowing what the game was about. I'm quite intrigued. I quite like this as a tactic for selling a game.
Well, just teaser trailers that give you no context and no extra information.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think trailers
I have
maybe
to say,
need to give you
the actors in there, you've got Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
There is a special guest appearance by Guillermo del Toro.
Mm-hmm.
Del Toro?
Yeah.
I can never get that right. And there's some other good actors in there. Mads Mikkelsen is the bad guy. Well,
okay, so
not much has been released about that either.
We talked about this in like previous podcasts of it's about the whole possible like in limbo of life and death.
And yeah.
But it's still getting a little bit to like, give me some more information. Like, especially if I'm going to be dropping money on this game, I want a little bit more context.
I quite like that though. I quite like the excitement of not actually knowing.
I think I need to know a little bit more before I can fully commit money to something like that.
I feel like, Zuff, though, you need to know how the game ends before you drop money on it.
No, there's not that. I just need more context. Like,
what are you looking for?
Just, I don't know, maybe like the type of gameplay it's going to be.
Well, it's a story-based driven game.
Your
favorite, by
pacing
the way.
of the game, maybe if it's like completely slow paced.
Oh, it looks very slow paced.
That's less interesting.
Okay. That's just from what I've seen. But having said that, the gameplay they provided was just Sam, like the character Sam walking to hand in a mission.
Okay.
There wasn't actually gameplay against like anything happening.
Yeah,
that's
like no movement or anything like that.
Not really. Like it just shows you equipment that he uses.
Right.
Like a ladder.
I don't know. I'm starting to just get less convinced that this game is gonna interest me. Like I get it's. I just hope.
When you saw a trailer, though, what was the what can you remember from the trailer?
I just remember babies.
Yeah, babies are focal point in the game, and it will be one of the biggest.
Grabbing like the like almost pulling down the character. Is that what I remember? Like beings, kind of like latching onto the characters, and them trying to like.
Was it raining?
Yeah, that was like the first trailer, I think.
And did someone come down and go like that? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and there's these beings coming up, and a big explosion happens, but it's like dark and raining.
I don't know.
Okay, so what we do know from one of the very first trailers that they dropped, I think it's the one that you've seen that you got disinterested in.
Yeah.
Which I found very intriguing. I find it weird that you lost interest, but anyway, the rain ages people. So there's a lot of like little like.
But what is? It's like. Okay.
There's a metaphor there for something.
Here's the other thing that like sometimes I don't like about game trailers in general is like they can be like overhyping it in a way where like they don't give enough context, or they make it look so much better than and then it's just like such a disappointment in terms of like the actual gameplay or like I think the reason why you're not convinced is because you're not a story. Maybe it could be that, but it's just like there's this huge thing is like how quickly till the novelty of the game wears off. Like if I'm playing it and it's like, all right, how quickly do I get pushed into this like possible limbo world? And then
Hiro Kojima is from the team that gave you, is it Metal Solid Gear?
Metal Gear Solid, I think.
Yeah. One of the Metal Gear Solid, yeah. So he was a part of that team, and then they parted ways.
Yeah.
So I can guarantee the people that play Metal Gear Solid have only played it ever once. It's that type of game.
Yeah,
you play it once and that's it.
It's
one of those experiences where you just immerse yourself in it, and that's all you need.
All right, I know. I will. I'm gonna watch you play it, and then if it's interesting enough, I'll play it myself.
Okay. Well, it's only on PS4, so
it's only on PS4.
Yeah, it's a PS4 exclusive.
I think that's
so Sony gave Kojima the driver to build the game on, right? The engine.
Yeah.
And Sony said that it's only going to be a PS4 exclusive.
What about like PS5 when that eventually comes out? Will it be backwards compatible from that?
Well, PS5 is going to be backwards compatible.
Okay.
Remember, we read those stats.
Yeah. Okay, but
that's another video that we're going to do. Another podcast, sorry.
I don't know if I like the whole
but that brings me to another question.
What?
Exclusive
console games, yeah. Or like even like PC or console, right? Like something like Death Stranding. Number one, I don't know how they're gonna drive the graphics for that on PS4. Like it does.
I don't know. It's pretty good.
It looks really high detail, super high detail based game. So it's like, if it's a slow paced game, I can understand. Like, the frame rates aren't going to be that important, but still, whatever. But in terms of just like console or PC exclusive games, I don't know how much I agree with them. Like, it's mainly just there to like push up sales, right? Like,
yeah. Well, they did that whole thing with the Tomb Raider games. Do you remember where?
Yeah.
It was a PS4 exclusive, and then Xbox bought out the exclusivity for the next game for 12 months.
That's frustrating.
And that annoys me. And the same thing happened with like Crash Bandicoot, because it was a PS4 owned game.
Yeah.
And they had to wait 12 months before Xbox could get in on it.
It's just like, it would be cool if I could play against people on like PlayStations and stuff like that.
Like cross
platform.
Yeah.
On things like Halo and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that.
I really enjoyed that about Fortnite.
Yeah.
Whereas if you were more a computer Fortnite player, you could play on your computer.
I think it's only good. I can almost, I can say, this might be kind of a hit and miss in terms of like what people agree with, but I think it's only good in a way of like versing PC people if you're on a console, because it will make you play better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your standard of plays that you come up against is like just significantly better. Like, they will have certain advantages, but like there is like just in Fortnite, like a game like that mechanically driven, there's console controller players who come up against it. Now, in saying that, they're usually people who have a controller plugged into a PC, so it's playing at that extreme frame rate and quality and all that.
Yeah,
but
which I find weird. I feel like that defeats the purpose.
No, I can understand, like, if you grew up playing on a console and you're more naturally geared to that type of movement and aiming and just it feels more flowy. Like, that's the reason why like peripherals like the Onata and the Targus from like Razer were made, where it's basically like a keyboard attached to like a what do you call it? Like a thumbstick.
Yeah.
Because it's like movement in that regard. It's just more flowy and natural, and getting like the angle you want to approach on is like a bit more, natural. But then it comes to like aim. Aim is the biggest like equalizer when it comes the difference between like console and PC. Like, if you're good enough at console, you can play against some fairly high level PC people, but the best console versus the best like PC, how are you going to compete?
Yeah,
like,
I guess adapt to that too.
But back on the thing of like exclusive games. I don't entirely agree with them. I think it's...
See, that's the same thing happened with Borderlands 3. Did you hear that it's not going to be released on Steam?
What?
Epic Games bought it for the first 12 months.
Really?
So everyone's boycotting the PC purchase until Steam can have it in 12 months' time. Or until, I think, it's like July next year.
Yeah, and didn't Steam just put on a sale like not like too long ago where you could get like all of the previous Borderlands for like $8?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Epic got the exclusive deal. So Epic, who is the creator of Fortnite, have their own games engine now. Kind of like Steam, like a games launcher, like Steam, where you can launch other games. So Borderlands 3 is again now going to be for PC exclusive to Epic for the first 12 months.
But Epic have like games that they have on Xbox and stuff as well.
Yeah, but
you're talking about only for PC.
Only for PC. If you want to play on PC, you have to buy it through the Epic Store.
I don't know. I guess that's
and people
not
are
as bad.
So salty about it.
I don't know if that's as bad.
I mean, I bought it on Epic. I really don't care because I'm and technically for this podcast I have to.
Yeah,
because
I have to. Yeah. Oh my god,
I
you
have
such
to
a hard
record.
life.
I have to record the gameplay, so I have to buy it.
But see, like, I don't mind it being like, okay, it's available on PC. That's all I really care about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not too, as long as they're not hiking up the price. All right.
No, it's still the same price for PC.
Then it doesn't matter
as
to
what
me.
it will be for Steam.
Yeah.
But it's just Steam got the exclusive deals for Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 1.
Yeah, no, that's just a matter of competition and like in retail.
Well, yeah, and you know what?
They're just
friendly
a distributor. It's not like they made the game though.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I find that frustrating sometimes too.
I don't know. I can understand that. It's like
I like my games to be under the same launcher. So now I have to have an Origin launcher for Apex, a Epic's game launcher, and a Steam launcher, a Battle.net launcher. Like fuck.
Yeah, I know. That is very frustrating. And
like to play and because Call of Duty is through Battle.net, isn't it now? Or through
Call of Duty is through Battle.net. Yeah.
Is exclusive to Battle.net. So if I want to play Call of Duty Black Ops 4,
you have to have.
I have to have Battle.net, but that's okay because I play WoW anyway, and I will be playing Overwatch on PC.
Overwatch,
so it doesn't really matter. But still, you've got all these launchers for all these different games.
Yeah, it's just frustrating.
It's just frustrating.
But yeah, I don't know.
See, the exclusivity for Xbox is completely different because on Xbox you have your Halo games, and if you're a Halo-driven player, you're going to naturally love Xbox anyway. But see, like you've got things like Uncharted, those types of games. I
would have really liked to play against like people on like, PlayStation because I don't. Here's the thing: some people have a preference for like PlayStations and whatever or Xboxes. In like at the end of it, the differences aren't that much.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're gonna get like a whatever 5 to 10% frame increase in whichever generation you're jumping, but I just want to be able to play against my mates who only have a PlayStation in a game that I only have an Xbox in, because I don't want to have to spend twice as much money and then get that game again on another console, and then like that just seems ridiculous.
Well, I do that anyway.
I know you do that
because I'm weird. I'm a collector though.
I'm
That's
more pragmatic
my thing.
in my gaming consumption.
I don't mind exclusive games.
I don't know.
I like the Uncharted games being exclusive to PlayStation.
But what benefit does that give you?
Because it's Sony Entertainment. It's owned by Sony Entertainment, Naughty Dog.
Okay.
But it's like the same with Halo. I mean, yeah, you want to play Halo with your PlayStation buddies or whatever, but Halo is a Microsoft game.
Yeah.
It's produced by Microsoft, which owns Xbox.
We already know that like Microsoft and PlayStation can play friendly. Like in Sony, sorry.
Yeah. Well, they're coming together to
fight against Stadia.
For their next gen releases and stuff. Yeah.
And they're gonna have, I reckon, basically exactly the same specs from what I've heard. But let's talk about that later.
But yeah, I wasn't going there. But I'm just saying, in terms of that, they haven't played nicely before because they were competitors, and they were the only two competitors.
That's the thing. And then now Google's coming with Stadia, and then now they're like, oh well, we're consoles, so we should stick together. So it's like that competition's good. Now here's the thing. when Stadia comes in, are we going to have another launcher that has exclusives that we only really want to play now?
Well, that would be what? Launcher 7 or 6 or 7
something
now?
like that. Yeah, like it's just too many. It needs to be simplified somehow.
We'll put it this way. I have an Xbox, a PlayStation, a PC now.
Yeah.
And all the reason why I have all 3 of them is because of exclusive games.
Yeah, exactly. And also editing, but yeah.
And because I had to make sure my PlayStation will work because Death Stranding being an exclusive PlayStation game.
Yeah.
As well. So I can see the shit part about it, but I can also see like
it's draining on your pocket.
It really is, because you are doubling up in some aspects.
Well, like you buy the same game on like 2 or 3 different consoles or like platforms.
But see, I also travel with my consoles.
Yeah.
So if I can't take my PC, and I want to play that game, but and I've got Borderlands 3 that is cross-platform with all platforms.
The only game that I think I can recall that I have it on both my PC and my Xbox is Overwatch. And that's because I play it to
Apex.
Death. Apex is free. I don't count free games.
Ooh, okay. Jeez.
Well, think about it. Like, there's no disadvantage in terms of, like, you're not double paying, and it's you can like link accounts and stuff like that. So that's fine. But like free games, that's a whole nother thing. Like free to play games, I appreciate them. I don't like the fact that some of them really encourage almost gambling in children and stuff like that. Like
I don't like transactions. I feel like that should be a feature that is turned off and it's done through
more security features. It would be
not only that. I think that should be a feature added to parental control on Xboxes or PlayStations or even on computer.
Yeah, definitely. Because it's too risky. You're playing with a lot of money.
Or when you're signing up to your Epic account, that you have to put your correct date of birth. And if you're under 12, that microtransactions is not a thing that is allowed.
I don't know how you're going to enforce that, though.
I know. It's harder to say, but it's an idea. But I mean, as an adult, I rarely do microtransactions. The only recent microtransaction I did in-game was for Apex.
For Apex, yeah.
But having said that, though, I saved my money. Yeah. I knew the event was coming and I saved my money.
I just don't do microtransactions ever.
No, but having said that, I play like religiously. I play that game all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't have to play. I don't have to pay for the game.
Yeah.
So I don't mind paying a little bit for some,
I don't mind
for skins and some items and rarity stuff that I won't get again. I'm quite happy to pay for.
This is the thing with like games like COD. Right, they're not exclusive in terms of like the top.
I don't know why we've got microtransactions in COD.
Yeah, listen.
World War II.
Why do I have to buy the game?
Yeah.
And then buy all the DLC packs.
Yeah. Or a battle pass on top of that as well. And then if I want crates to open, I have to buy crates too.
Yeah, that's just they're too money hungry. That's just if that comes out in Modern Warfare in terms of you have to buy the game and all the DLCs and then all the...
Well, that's like Fortnite. You have to buy the battle pass.
You don't have to.
And then you have to buy V-Bucks to buy the battle pass. Or you have to buy the Save the World part.
No, here's the thing.
To earn the V-Bucks to buy that stuff.
With Fortnite, you can buy the battle pass once, and if you play it enough, you'll get enough V-Bucks from just playing to buy the next battle pass. Right?
Yes and no. I've actually worked that out. Yes and no. You have to be if you're not an overly skilled player,
I barely
you would
play and I have enough. I have 900 out of 950 V-Bucks to buy a battle pass.
Do you play Save the World though?
No. Never.
Does she?
Yeah, she plays it.
On your account?
No.
But having said that, you haven't played for seasons, so you might have saved that up over the last couple of seasons we've played together. So if someone is not a skilled player and they only get to level 40 or whatever, that's only like 300, 400 V-Bucks, and an actual battle pass costs 950 V-Bucks. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're a 13-year-old and your parents, who are maybe like mine, who only give you an hour on a Friday and maybe a couple of hours on the weekend, that's not a lot of time to play the game enough or consistently to buy the battle pass.
But then it's another thing of Okay, the battle pass doesn't really get you anything other than skins. It doesn't mean you can't access maps or gameplay options that like.
Yeah, but that might be a thing that comes out that is only exclusive to battle pass holders.
Yeah, but
the new
it's
maps.
not a thing at the moment. I don't think it's an issue until it becomes an issue.
Yeah, I guess.
But like COD's different. You can't play certain maps, and you can't.
Yeah, unless you have that map, the downloadable
and
content.
that I don't think is right. You've already paid for the game. And you don't. It's usually like
that's what I liked.
Expensive.
One thing I did like about Apex, though, with this event that they had on,
everyone could do it.
Was everyone could enjoy the map updates. So they had town updates within the map, even if
you didn't have the battle pass.
They didn't have the battle pass, or they didn't want to play within. Like they didn't want to buy anything towards the event.
Exactly.
They could still enjoy parts of the event, but not actually spend any money.
Yeah, that's I think the way you should do it. At least if you're gonna have a battle pass option and stuff, like give them a few.
That's why I don't understand. Like Uncharted 4 is like a story based game.
Yeah,
they have multiplayer, and they have microtransactions in that.
Yeah,
I don't understand why. If you're a story based game and you have multiplayer, but it's not going to be your focal point of the game, say like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Why do you need to have microtransactions?
Okay, here's the other thing. Like I know
I also realized we started off talking about Death Stranding, and we've now moved on to
microtransactions.
Yeah.
That's okay.
We go on tangents a little bit.
Yeah. But just to keep it on the topic of microtransactions, I know of people who like these are like adults as well, who've played games where the game's whole point is to how well you dress your character. And the only way you can dress them better is by spending money. And they spent like $2,000 in a night on their parents' credit card.
Yeah, that's another. I don't understand how that's a thing. Why is people's credit cards being put on these accounts?
Yeah, it's not.
Why is that a thing that you're letting your child, or you are letting yourself connect your credit card to your child's thing?
I can't be under 18.
You do realize
to gamble, right? I have to, have my identity. Like if I wanted to buy a lotto ticket online,
you have to be able to vote. You have to be over 18, and you have to be able to drink.
I reckon the same
all that
thing
legally.
Exactly, microtransactions I think are a type of gambling within games, and I think that's something that needs
and it's targeting young children.
Exactly, and it's colorful. It's the same thing that you get in like a casino. It's colorful and loud, and it has dings and dongs and whatever you want to call like the sounds it has that trigger like that dopamine hit, and that's just been targeted directly to children with no.
I need to explain some things, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but what do you mean you need to explain some things?
I just think some parents need to realize that EV games sell your like monthly subscription to Xbox Live at EV games. You don't need to have your credit card on these consoles.
And if you get it in like 3 months or 6 months at a time,
you can buy V-Bucks and stuff at the store.
You don't have to do it online. I don't like the idea of having to store your credit card things. So it's just like, oh yeah, I'll put in my whatever PIN, and it's like
I have mine set up that I have to put my password in.
Yeah,
so I don't just press a button and it's done. I have to go through all these hoops just to pay for a fucking thing.
I think when it comes to we're going on a crazy tangent here, but when it comes to parental control in gaming, I don't mind so much when it comes to like gore content or whatever. Like, that to me doesn't affect me as much because I grew up with it and whatever. But when it comes to spending money and like financial responsibility and like building gambling habits, that's a much more consequential kind of thing to not be addressing.
I think it also takes away from a child's thought of being able to decipher what need and want is.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, I need these V-Bucks. It's like, no, you don't. No, you just want them because all your friends have all these things. And
what working towards something is.
Yeah.
I mean, as a kid, if I wanted to go down the shop or go to a movie, I had to wash the freaking car, mow the lawn, do all that to earn like $20.
Yeah, exactly.
Like...
It's not a thing anymore.
A thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a I either need it or I want it.
Yeah.
But there's no working towards anything anymore.
Exactly. Anyway.
I find that quite sad. But anyway, we did start off with Death Stranding, and we kind of moved on to exclusives for consoles, which we were kind of wanting to cover in this episode anyway.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
but I think with Death Stranding, what you're gonna get is when you play it, it's gonna be an experience that you have to play.
Yeah, okay. Here's my hope for it.
Yeah,
I hope it scares the shit out of you. I hope it's.
You hate me so much.
I hope it's more of a horror than you realize, and it's just jump scare after jump scare.
Oh, there'll be jump scares, alright, but I'm kind of ready for it.
And then light limited viewing and all that kind of stuff. And I just want to see you be like, I hate this game. You just want to
see me crumble.
I had so much anticipation, and now it's so much of a horror that I hate it.
I mean, I did have a jump scare the other night. I was playing WoW, and I pulled an enemy. And I didn't realize. And I had my headphones up so loud that it, like, when it attacked me, I was like, oh my God.
Or here's the other hope. He's completely throwing you off with these trailers. It turns out it's to be an FPS that's as toxic as Overwatch.
Or it's a fucking battleground, like a battle royale, and I didn't know.
It's like Death Stranding is just a landscape that you fight on as a battle royale.
It's like all these like weird, obscene trailers that mean nothing.
Yeah, mean nothing. They give you no context. It could
That's right.
just as easily be that.
You know what? I feel like I am getting duped.
Yeah. Oh man, I just dropped $70 on a battle royale that I didn't want to play.
Oh well, it's not $70.
How much is it?
It's 110.
Why are games so expensive now?
I know. It's almost daylight. It's literally daylight robbery.
It's the largest entertainment industry.
Says the girl who just spent $300 on Borderlands games.
Yeah. And then
for every console.
Yeah. Why have such a big industry? It's obviously making a lot of fucking capital, and then you're charging $100 to $170 for deluxe edition things. It's digital content, man. You're gonna sell it anyways.
Yeah, but also when and then we've got places like EB Games that are like, we trade and save.
Yeah.
And you trade it in, and you only get $20 back.
I think for like newer games, you do get like a good percentage.
No, it's tops $20. I'm pretty sure.
Damn.
Yeah, I think if you go after longer than the 7-day return policy and you trade it back in, you do not make any money back.
I thought you got like 50% back.
Nope.
I'm
pretty sure it's
well, you
not
have
50%.
6 days to play it then.
Well, but see, this is the thing. If I'm going to spend that type of money, I keep the game.
Oh, yeah. I'm
not going to return it. I'm not going to play it and then return it. I'm not that type of person. My brother's that type of person, but no.
I don't know.
I don't know. He had this really bad habit of playing a game within 2 days and going, I don't like it, and returning it when he was younger.
And then...
And getting his money back and buying another game and doing the same thing.
That's not a bad habit. That's just smart.
Is it?
Yeah. Dude, if you get more value out of
maybe it is smart. Maybe he just knew how to rot the system.
It's better than ripping a game and then not like...
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe...
and it's not he's not...
I agree.
He's not giving it... He's playing the whole game.
He's not playing the whole game though.
Oh, he's just got over it.
Yeah, he plays a little bit and goes, oh, I don't like this game. Then goes and swaps it for another one. I need to do the same thing over and over again.
Still, we get more value out of it.
Probably. Yeah. Anyway.
I don't think you should pay $170 for a game with deluxe editions or whatever you want.
No, it's daylight robbery. Though having said that, I'm sitting here going, I was going to buy the diamond edition of Borderlands 3, which is $350.
Why? Why would you do that?
Because I had all this cool stuff in there.
But I would rather spend
you would rather spend $350 on lovely speakers for editing.
Yeah, what? Because I can get more enjoyment out of that.
True.
I can just pump music through it as well. And Overwatch.
Drop bass.
I can hear all the toxicity in perfectly balanced sound.
All the toxic stuff.
Yeah.
Just pouring through my new speakers at $350 a pop.
Yeah, but see,
quite literally.
More value, more reusability than a game that I'll get over.
Well, look, I'm going to agree with you there.
And arguably increasing my value over time.
Alrighty, I think that's enough for this episode.
Enough arguing, I guess.
It's not arguing, no. It's nicely timed banter.
Nicely timed banter. Anyways, yes, you're right. I think that's pretty much.
I think that's enough for this episode. Anyway, if you would like to see this on YouTube, we will be posting it on YouTube. So please subscribe to our channel, drop us a like, and hit the notification bell as well.
Follow us on Facebook and Instagram if you have those.
Also follow us and drop us a review on
iTunes and Spotify. Follow us on there.
Yep.
Leave a comment of anything you want us to talk about, and we'll try and get you that content.
Mm-hmm.
And
if you have any thoughts or anything about Death Stranding or cross-platform exclusivities, anything to do with microtransactions, whether you're for or against, we'd really like to know that as well.
Some opposing opinions will be interesting.
Yeah. And if you have any topics you want us to cover in the next coming episodes, or if you have any video ideas that you might want to see us do, going out and about and testing things as well.
We'll also try and bring as many game reviews to you as specials as we can.
Yeah, we wouldn't mind having some input on that as well.
Yeah.
If you have a game that's coming out that you want us to get reviewed, let us know.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. This is the Gamified podcast. I am Zuff.
And I'm Harley, and that's us checking out.
Thank you. Peace.
See ya.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, hit the like button. If you loved it, subscribe and hit the notification bell. You can also find us on Spotify and iTunes. Our socials are linked in the description below. Hit us up in the comments to tell us what you'd like to hear about. I'm Zuff from Gamified, and remember, game on, peace.